Welcome in, everybody, to ShotQuality Live BetCast, where we really can't waste much time but get into the action. I am your host, Justin Perry, and of course, I am here with Alec Musa, powered by ShotQuality Bets. We're going to be here using ShotQuality Live data to bet on some of the games that are going on right now, getting in-game bets in, using this expected data that is literally looking at every single play come in. And, we have a great ability to look into some of these games with a little bit more detail and maybe a little bit of a different perspective than what's going on and how people normally look at things. Moose, how you hanging today, buddy?
I'm hanging amazing. I had a great time last time on Tuesday and even on the Discord afterwards. That was fun as well. And I'm here to make more live bets. And I know you are too. So I'm ready to get after it.
Yeah, it has been a lot of fun. Of course, we have the score sheet up. I will share the link right now here in the comments for everybody if you want to come and see what we have going on so far. So here I just posted the sheet in the comments. We have a couple different ways that we do this. We play overs, unders, totals, and of course some spreads. But 35-18 for me in 5 episodes so far. This is the 6th live episode. Musa sitting at 14-7. I keep yelling at him to bet more. It's the only job where you're going to be told you have to bet more. But it has been a lot of fun. We've had a good time doing it. Ending up on a lot of big dogs has definitely been a theme. But let's waste no further time, Moose. We got games going into the half already. Let's see if we're looking at anything. I don't know if you came to bat with anything ready to go, but we can just scroll through the Live Score Center on ShotQualityBets.com and see if anything's jumping out to us. I'll tell you right now, there isn't much in those first few games. I don't know if you're seeing anything you really like, but we might want to jump in on Northern Kentucky here at the half with how Youngstown State is overperforming.
Yeah, no, absolutely. First things first is when I'm doing this, and I've been doing it for a while, I'm kind of the guinea pig when it comes to live testing before we even started the show, is just see, like I have the score app. Some people use ESPN, Yahoo, whatever you need to use. Have the scores up, see where it's at in the game, whether it's half, a minute 30 remaining in the first half, whatever it is. Make sure it matches with shot quality. When there's a ton of games going on, there's a lot of data coming in that we have to not just gather, but then throw into the score center. So it can take some time. A lot of times it's right on the money, sometimes a little bit of delay, so just make sure. And from there, I start making my plays. So I do see Youngstown is at the half in both shot quality and real life. That seems like a play for you. I mean, that's interesting. 10 points over expected for Youngstown State, while Northern Kentucky, the Norse, right?
We're sitting here talking about it in a jump. That's what I love to see. That means that the show is starting to do well because people are getting in on it. Yeah, it's now 5.5 plus 115 at DraftKings. I still think you could feel pretty good about it. Northern Kentucky very easily could come back into it. We see it time and time again. We have a question on how the IUPUI game is doing. Let's jump into that one. We can scroll through and see what we got. But I still like it here. I think this is still going to be the first pick of the day. Hopefully some of you got 6.5 on DraftKings, but plus 5.5, minus 115 is going to be our first lock in of the day. We will hit the graphic right here, somewhere here. Get it.
He'll hit it.
Bang. We love to see it. We have our first play of the day. So again, that is live updating right here on the sheet. NKU plus 5.5, minus 115. I am betting still pretty small. I've moved up to quarter units, guys, after doing tenths of a unit, after seeing how well it's been going. I'm doing it. We had a good night practicing last night again. So I think I'm at quarter units. So that should be fun. A little bit more extreme out here. Let's keep scrolling. We do have a big slate. Now, our shot quality pick of the day was not what we want to see again, which stinks for us because we really did like this play. But the shot quality numbers say that maybe we should get back in on this. I think this is very quickly play number 2. You can see both teams are overperforming their shot quality score, right? So that's what we're looking for. North Florida 39, expected 31. Stetson 38, actually expected 28. So these guys are just draining shots that shot quality thinks maybe they don't hit on average. Expected score here is 59 instead of 77. So yeah, I think we can probably pretty safely get in on this one. I'm going to lock it in another touch, quarter unit on the North Florida line here. Let's see if I can find the line quickly.
I'm seeing 156 on Bet Rivers, and I'm right there with you. This is going to be a Justin and Moose special because, I mean, we're talking what is that, 18 points? There's my ASU degree going to work, baby. That's so much. That's a lot of threes, man. You'd make 5 threes, you're still not to where ShotQuality thinks you need to be. I'm all over it. Let's do it.
Yep. I got 155.5 minus 115. And look, today we definitely want to give a big shout out to our guy Maximilian, who has an article up on the site right now. He is practicing right there with us, becoming the guy behind the document, going to be the producer here on the show in no time. A big part of what we're doing here in the ShotQuality content family out here, helping us make sure that the plays get tracked. And so big shout out to Maximilian. And let's look at some of these other games here. We got some requests coming in. We will make sure to hit everything for sure. Tennessee Tech, Morehead State, looks like that could be a little behind. We would.
Yeah, my man that asked about the IUPUI score. I'm sorry, man, but I looked at it. It's going just. I mean, it should be going a little bit better, but you should also still be down quite a bit of points. I mean, you should be hanging in there rather than
down 8. They're actually down 20. Moose, you know what I'm going to say right now, right? That we're going to dive head first into this gross looking one, and we're going to take the points on IUPUI at the half plus 18.5. Let me see if I can get it in. Yep. We're getting 18.5 minus 110 on DraftKings now.
An absolute
I'm a sicko. How often do the sickest ones hit? I mean, that's
the thing. Yeah.
You can't have fear. You know, you just have to trust it. There was one, I think, on Tuesday it was like Central Michigan, and I was a little too afraid because already looking like a blowout. They still covered that line that we would have gotten at halftime. So it just keeps hammering home the lesson. I think when Penn State, Michigan gets there, we can consider that as well when they get to the half. That's crazy. Expected to be up by 8, currently up by 24. So that's a big gap. We're going to dive right in because, again, I like to sort of look at this as, you know, we're still showing this data, this new stuff to everybody out there. A lot of people don't, bet live. It's a little bit more popular in like some of the more established markets in like Europe and Asia especially. But in America, a lot of betting is done pregame. So we have this new data that really nobody else has, and we're sort of putting it out there. I'm still literally testing it, learning it, seeing where it's going to be best. Over time, I'm sure we're going to literally lock down a formula that you guys will know just as well as I do. But for now, we're just testing every single edge, seeing what works. It's show number 6. Still not even 100 live bets for me so far, but we're going to hopefully just rack up this data and see what's working. Let's keep scrolling through, Moose. Anything jumping off the page to you, bud?
Yeah, right there on the right for Towson Monmouth.
It is spelled Monmouth. Yeah.
There's a U in there. But yeah, dude, that's a lot of points. We're talking 13 on Towson's side and 14 on Monmouth's side. I mean, even though 33, 35, that's not like a big first half, there's got to be value in the live line. I bet it's gone way down from the pre-line, the closing line. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and take the over there. I'm not even going to, I don't care what it is. Honestly, I'm just going to find it and I'm going to take it because that's a lot of points.
I have 110.5 at minus 109. So I'm getting in on that there for my quarter unit play. Nothing too crazy. I think the biggest night I've had is like 14 or 15 bets. So that would put me risking around 4 to 5 units on expectation tonight instead of maybe like 1.5. So jumped in a little big here, but I like this one. We're definitely going over 110.5. Had some luck. We've been practicing. We do this off air. We do this on our own. We're trying to get better at it, make sure the show hopefully continue to find you guys some winners. Where can I get access to these score centers? Josh Benjamin with the question. But yeah, what you do is you go to ShotQualityBets.com. You're going to click down for whatever sport you want to see it on. We have both NCAA and NBA for live sports. And if you are a standard member, you will see any live game where there is a standard. So you have to be a premium member to see a little bit more. To get every single game, you have to have our fullest level of subscription. If you're interested in that, you can actually click to send us an email or just reach out to hello@shotquality.com. We'll get you set up quickly. But yeah, you just click right in here. It's right here, NCAA Basketball Score Center. There will soon be a free game of the day coming. A little sneak preview for you guys out there. It's so we're out here. We are doing it. Moose, we have that over. We have the plays here. If you're just joining us now, this is what both me and Moose have taken already. But yeah, we got a couple different live bets here already in. And look, getting reports that my Wi-Fi is cutting out.
Oh, not your Wi-Fi. It sounds like your sound. I don't know if you can hear me well, Justin, but it's like if you were talking into a microwave, basically, at this point.
A microwave.
Oh, there you go. You sound wonderful.
We're better? We back?
Okay. Yeah, great.
Bro, I used to be known for having the worst audio in the game. So as long as we're good, you can just interrupt me and be like, dude, you sound terrible.
Well, I have some of the worst Wi-Fi. Well, not really. I spend the money for good Wi-Fi. I spend the money. It doesn't work because, I mean, why would it? But, yeah, I didn't know if it was a me thing. But we think we're good now. We have
I have been – we haven't been hitting the clip. And that's one thing that we'll get better at doing. But, Moose, what was your number on Towson? Did you get in on that over?
108.5 at minus 121 there, Maxwell. Also, I did not get in on Northern Kentucky. I'll be better on the sheet as well. We all need to be better. We're working on the
transparency, baby.
Doing
Let's
this thing.
Back to the action. Let's get back to the action.
Up there. You just missed one. Scroll up a wee. You see that Stony Brook Northeastern?
Ooh.
It's the same thing with the Towson game. I'm going to go ahead and take the over here. I got a little bit better of a line on the Towson over just because I have Bet Rivers here. I have multiple books here in Arizona. I get lucky with that kind of stuff. So on the Stony Brook game, I'm looking.
I don't have it. I can't play it in New York.
Oh, New York. You're right. So that's a me thing. Over 117.5 on FanDuel. So if you guys want to hit that, well, maybe over 117.5. I think I see 120 elsewhere. I just got to make sure it's real because, like us, sites that are getting a lot of data sometimes struggle to get things out there. So sometimes I'll get stale lines.
It's difficult, and it's difficult to get live bets in, and that's kind of like why we like the halftime a little bit. Of course, you can you have this little grace period, and we're trying to be the home for halftime. That's what you're going to soon know ShotQuality as, where you come to make great live bets or great halftime bets, because that's what this data allows you to do, right? It's looking at every single play coming through, running a shot quality equation on it, and then getting you the results. So right now we said when Penn State and Michigan got to the half, we would take a look at that line. I'm seeing a monstrosity of a line, Moose. I think this one is sitting at 29.5. I'm waiting to make sure that my book is actually giving me that line. It is currently grayed out. But yeah, I see 25.5 on the PPH, which is really interesting to see the discrepancy. 28.5 on DraftKings. So go ahead and grab that. It looks like my maybe sharper book is a little slower, is a little bit sharper here tonight. So yeah, Penn State plus 28.5. Let's see if I can get it in. Takes like 3 seconds to sit here and wait to hope your live bet places before they move the line on you. But yeah, I got it. 28.5 on Penn State. This is another sicko line. You definitely have to feel good about some of this stuff to be going and taking.
Yeah, this is a little different though. You're betting Penn State, not IUPUI, Doc. It's a little bit different because there's sicko levels.
That's fair. So there's my fifth bet of the night on Penn State. And you guys can all, of course, follow along here with the score sheet. We'll drop it in the comments. I like this. I like this one a lot. I like collecting those big dogs. Not much here in Elon, William & Mary. Maybe a few more points expected for Elon here. Not much for Fairleigh Dickinson. Maybe if you want to get in on FDU and expect them to come back, actually, I might have spoken a little too soon, Moose. You like FDU here? I think this might be a play.
I'm seeing what the live line. It all depends. Like if I'm getting points still, like in the second half, not just for the game, but in the second half, and I know they were supposed to win the first half, not off shots taken, off the shot quality formula, then yes. But if they're
I'm getting plus 8.5 for Fairleigh Dickinson.
Ooh, that's close.
I want to get. This is not really. I'm not hesitating. There's no room for me to hesitate. Fairleigh Dickinson right now, 8.5. I got to pick my phone back up because it's on DraftKings. 8.5 minus 105. Maximilian. We are in on the dog that is expected to be winning, but maybe got a little lucky. Now, the cool thing is when you do have the Score Center available for a game, you'll see the Score Center. That's how you'll know. But you can click in. You can go in as deep as seeing what player is actually leading to some of the hot or the cold. You can see here for Fairleigh Dickinson, we'd really like Sean Moore to pick it up. He's expected to have 7. He currently only has 2. And Jordan Durkak, great name, great basketball name, 7 points, shot quality, and 10 on the actual. So FDU, is going to be a pick. Let's lock it in and hit. Love it. Love it. Just enough time on that graphic to make sure you know what's going on, but also not take too long. Big shout out to our guy on the ones and twos, Mr. Max Hoffmeyer, for making sure I stay right on what we're doing here. But we got the plays listed out, 6 of them. They're getting copied and pasted over. I love to see it. Let's see what else we got here. Drexel is playing Wilmington. Looks good. Looks spot on. Lipscomb is playing Eastern Kentucky. Whoa.
Yeah, I was looking at that one. That one's
13.5 is available right now for Lipscomb, Eastern Kentucky. We are maybe about 12 seconds behind the ball here. That is close enough for me to trust it and try to get in on Lipscomb plus the 13.5. Let me check one other pricing here. And we know we said we're the home for halftime, but sometimes we're the home for 4 minutes after halftime. And, you do sometimes want to wait to try to time it right. It's definitely hard. It's not easy. I'm seeing Lipscomb now down to plus 11.5. At some places, I probably missed my opportunity a little bit, but I'm still going to get in there. Expected to be doing a lot better. Let's go ahead and grab Lipscomb plus 11.5 minus 112 for my quarter unit standard play that we are doing now. Even if we have a bad episode, I'm not bringing it back down. I trust this too much. It's been too much fun. And I think that is a very fair and sizable bet to be going in at that rapid pace without, exhausting yourself playing at one unit. If you have 15 bets, if you play at 15, that's 15% of your bankroll, right? So I think it did just jump back to 12.5 minus 120, but I did get in at that price. So you can time it. You can turn the game on. You can watch to see what is going on in the game and try to maybe pick your spot that is a little bit better. But of course, we are here juggling everything live. Moose, what are you liking? Anything you're seeing? You got eyes on it too, I'm sure. Hampton, Delaware. It does look like a little bit towards Hampton, but not a big enough edge. Green Bay, Detroit. Man, this is maybe one of those teams where we flash the warning sign and say we don't actually. It's Detroit. It's a little sad to say, and I do think that team is kind of fun. Detroit Mercy, of course, had Antoine Davis last year, almost breaking all those records in the last game and all that fun stuff. But they're in that bottom 20 group where even when they're underperforming expectations, you maybe almost want to say, well, okay, isn't that the norm? Aren't they that bad? And they might be. So I try to take a little precaution with them. Expected to have 7 points more. Green Bay piling on some shots here. Maybe a good time to get in on them, but they also could lose this game by 25 with no, maybe 35. It wouldn't really shock me. They're down by a lot already. So we'll pass. We do pass on those sticky scenarios.
Unless it's IUPUI, then Justin dives headfirst into it. But
look, I think that IUPUI team's a little bit more improved than maybe people think.
They had open tryouts 2 years ago.
Right. They literally had open tryouts a couple of years ago, but they have some guys. They're getting better looks. I will happily educate you on the improvement of IUPUI here. You can literally click right in and in an instant take a look at what's going on with them. Not a lot. It used to be all red, Moose. They now attack the rim very efficiently. And still bottom 20 team, but expected to be doing a little bit better. I'm not an IUPUI hater. I'll leave it at that.
Well, I'm gonna live bet here. Quick one. It's not a halftime game, but I know you just bet on them, but Lipscomb, Eastern Kentucky, they keep scoring buckets when ShotQuality is thinking, based on all the variables we use, they're getting a little bit lucky. So I'm going to go ahead and jump on the under here. I'm opening up my DraftKings Sportsbook, which to me is my favorite because you can search. I'm going as quick as I possibly can. I did see that we are up to date with this. It's 42:58 with the timestamp where it is right now. And under 164.5. And I'm going as quickly as humanly possible.
It's a race, dude. It's a race.
And you got to wait for the circle. DraftKings, is it going to let me pass? And the answer is yes, under 160.
Oh, I did it. What is Moose? What's the line?
164.5.
164.5
on DraftKings. Oh, Connor, let's see what you're talking about, my guy.
I love the guest recommendations. If you guys like it, do it. Eventually, we will continue to get better at finding these little spots that you recommend. I would say this is an interesting spot. They've definitely deserved these points, maybe a little bit towards the under, but I'd probably pass. If anything, it's a slight lean to the over. So, and the reason you know this, and we'll definitely have more and more coming out about how to use it, but you just want to compare actual, which is the top line, to the expected shot quality score. So when the shot quality score is higher, you would expect the game to trend towards the expected. The whole idea about shot quality is that over time, things will progress to shot quality more than they will to the efficiency expectations. And we've done some really cool research to prove that. We have some great white papers. We have a lot of data science on some of the, the numbers, making models sharper and the R squared more like closer to like 98. There was some really cool stuff that was done over the summer and some great Kaggle competitions. But I'm still strolling the streets out here, Moose. We have a little on Northern Kentucky already. We're not going to be double dipping. You can see the bets that we already have. So I have NKU at 5.5. That's going a little bit worryingly, but down 8. Plenty of time.
Yeah, no, there's. I'm eyeing this Hofstra game. It depends on. They're kind of running away with it. Unfortunately, they're at -4.5. Closed at -1.5. They should be up 6. There was a chance there when they were down 1. There was a chance there. I'm starting to lose the value there, unfortunately. And then the Temple game. The Temple game just kicked off the second half. We have some value on the over. I don't know if it's enough value for you though.
8 and 7? I think that's more than enough. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the Temple South Florida over. Pardon me
double
using
dip.
Command F.
Or let's both bet it. Another Moose and Justin special.
I'm in.
Opening up my DraftKings app.
All right. I got it. Temple versus South Florida. We got both arrows green, right? Points per shot expect to be 0.25, 0.20. So a lot more expected points. I got 134.5. Oh, everything just changed. 134.5 minus 120. I'm getting in for my quarter unit right now. And
cool. I got 133.5 minus 120 on GK.
Okay. Very
they
nice.
love me over there, apparently.
I love you. I should have both up. I don't. It just changed on me while I was trying to get in, and it went up to 136.5. So I didn't get my line in. Did you get yours in?
So I should press the button. I got it.
Yeah, I'm going to my other book because what the hell? I'm waiting. I'm going to wait. Okay, I'm back at 134 minus 116. We're going to go in on that. Nope. I wish I could show you the book, but I don't really want to do that. It is literally jumping. Okay, 134 minus 120. I am hitting the button now after I hit accept. This is the biggest pain for live betting. I mean, you have like a 3-second processing delay. Will you actually get your bet in? No, you will not, Justin. Wow. Unbelievable. I'm still trying to get one bet in. I'm sure. 131 now. What? Did someone miss a big shot? Okay. 131. No, what the hell?
This is riveting work here.
I'm going to get frustrated, Moose. Do we have another bet?
I'm looking right now. That's the thing with these live bets is if it jumps up, they won't take your money. But if it jumps down, they're like, oh no, you got it in on time. No, you definitely got it in on time. It's tough, especially when the game's going on. That's why.
We had him. You had 133. I'm seeing 139.5 out there already.
I got 133. I got in.
You're in.
That's why
right.
For me, this is what I tell everybody that's betting live. When it's halftime, I like to line shop a ton. Bet Rivers, Desert Diamond for me in Arizona, FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, all of it. But when it's live, like the game is going, it's not halftime, I go to a book I trust that I know is going to work every single time. And that for me has always been DraftKings. Everyone has different books. I have friends that like Caesars more. But for me, DraftKings loads the quickest. And it just accepts my money. So for good things, ain't bad.
There we go. I mean, look, that's how it'll go. I'm not really seeing much else. I'm not going to jump in here. I cannot believe what LIU is doing to Wagner. Those schools are pretty close by to each other. But yeah, we're definitely. I'm trying to get in on Temple for sure. Still, if I can do it, I'm trying to monitor a couple things at once.
I'm coming close to jumping in on the Northern Kentucky game with you.
Okay, you're going to do that?
What'd you get it at? 5.5, right?
5.5. Let's see what they have.
They're winning the second half so far.
Like they're expected to be winning. So if you're late to getting in on that one, it's still definitely acceptable. They're only down 6, though. What are you getting?
For me, I'm seeing 3.5, which is a little bit of lesser value, of course, but at the same time, I'm seeing better and better shots from Northern Kentucky via the ShotQuality Score. And I think that, like, for instance, on Tuesday, you took Vermont live at 5.5. After the show, I jumped on Discord to place all the remaining live bets, and I got on Vermont plus 2.5, which is a lot less value, but it was 8 minutes left in the second half, and you got in with at halftime, and I just saw a Vermont team that was continually to kick ass and shot quality score, and they eventually ended up winning the game. So 72-71.
Yeah, for sure. And, I think that's look, it's a lesson to learn. We're back here for the total on Temple. I want to try to get in. I see 134.5 again. Let me see what I can get here, what ShotQuality is saying.
This guy.
Dude, I'm insatiable. It's a lot less attractive now. And that's pretty crazy. It's now 5 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it like closer to like 15? So we lost a little bit of value.
It was 16. It was 8 and 8 on each side.
Like that, dude. That value can just – teams will hit 2 shots, and all of a sudden it's right back to where it could have been, right? Like that's all it takes is a couple made threes, and that line on that live over just can snap into a new place. Now it is falling. I'm seeing 132.5, minus 120, minus 109, changing like I've never seen before. I should probably go to a less sharp book that will change it less often, but I'm getting in on this one, 132 minus 109. So that's 3, 2. Come on. Don't. Yes, we got it. Okay.
Where'd you get it at?
I got Temple USF 132.5 on the over minus 109, and we will hit the graphic here as soon as I need to just reorganize this thing. I messed it up. Okay, that's all we need. It's a little quick one. Monmouth down to 102.5. Oh God, that's crazy. So that one is staying really slow. We do have that Monmouth play in. I am trying to jump around, make sure we get to the right windows here.
Yeah, we got a 108. I believe I got a 108. You got it at, or Monmouth's playing Towson. Yeah.
Yeah, 110 here.
Let's see what ShotQuality just has the ice cubes now at this point.
Yeah, that means because everything. Is like they're so cold that it's like at this point it's just like unbelievable. So sometimes those ice cubes will come in when everything starts sort of departing reality. ShotQuality is best purposed for reality. So when you get to like blowout states, it can just be a little bit difficult to perfectly model if teams are really attempting for the best shot. And when you lose that drive to actually take good shots, because who knows what's going on in that game, it's a little bit more iffy. So when you see that, definitely take a little bit of pause, but you can always click into the Score Center and see the actual score if you're interested. It's all there. Now let's keep scrolling through a couple of these games. We have 15 minutes left, guys. Thank you all for joining us. I think, hopefully one of our best episodes yet. Appreciate you all there. If you're on YouTube, definitely make sure to like and subscribe. It helps, us continue to grow and get ShotQuality to become more of a household name. And before you know it, everyone's going to be using this type of data to get a better idea of what's going on the court and not be as, susceptible to the bias of hot and cold performances. I mean, Musa, we see it all the time. A team will get hot. You see ShotQuality doesn't really think they deserve to, and then you blink and they blow a lead. So these things do tend to work out more often than not. That's what's led us to this stellar record. I wish I could say it was my expert handicapping, but I'm sitting here like firing off live bets while hosting a show. It is clearly because the data is good. And I'm fine.
My favorite, honestly, not to cut you off, but one of my favorite things with it too is like you'll see teams score like 50 points in the first half, and you're not watching the game, but your initial reaction is like, wow, they were hot. Like, how many lucky shots did they hit? And then you see the ShotQuality scores, like, oh, they should have scored 48. Like, oh, okay. Like they were taking their shots, good shots. Like they deserve the 50. That's what's so great about it. It paints the whole picture for you. You don't have to do any second guessing.
It does. Now, I didn't really know what was going on with the timing here. I'm guessing this maybe was a 7:30 tip for 10 Tech versus Morehead State. I'm not 100%.
Probably one of those we'll roll the ball out when we're ready.
But, yeah, no, I think this is a spot where we can get in, though, Moose. I mean, Tennessee Tech is probably, expected – well, I don't know if it just jumped. But, they're tied and they're expected to be losing by 11. So I'm going to go ahead and get in on Morehead State here. I think this is a nice spot to get in on Morehead. So I'm just using my DraftKings book because it worked better for you last time. I got Morehead -8.5 right now. If they were leading by 11, guys, it'd be a lot bigger. I know that's.
I am right there with you, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in here. Let me just make sure I can get the best line available. We're gonna do a little shopping because we're towards the end. I don't even have a line on my second book. So Max, we are getting in Morehead State -8.5 at -110. That is an official play. And let's hit the graphic. I okay.
You might want to hit that again because I'm jumping on a play real quick. Just got on DraftKings money line +100. It is the Hofstra, whatever that. What are they? Not the Blue, the Pride or whatever.
Pride, the Hofstra Pride.
They're tied. Okay. I'm getting them +100. So I'm assuming Charles is going to line or something. But we expect Hofstra to be up in this game by almost 8 points. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump on them. Expect they win at home. Hoping, fingers crossed. So. That's a play for me. Hofstra, money line, +100. Just got in that team.
Nice line. That's a nice line. If you're getting +100, I definitely think that's a smart way to ride. My book has -119 on the two-way line, so I'm not going to touch that one. I do like it, though. I mean, I could get +0.5. Not that that's really going to matter, but yeah, I'm not playing it. I'm not playing it. You can run with that one. That's a Moose's special. Let's make sure, man. Last time we had a Simon Gersberg special. I'm missing one of those because we crushed that one. That was a nice under on what was that, the FAU game. But we have a few more. Let's look at a few more here. It might be safe to fade NCAT, but they just scored another bucket. They're up 15. They're expected to be up by 2. What do you think, Moose? We want to fade a quote-unquote bad team?
So again, it comes back to the live line. I mean, I do.
Of course, that's fair. That's fair. It's currently 13.5. They're down by 15. Okay. We're not here because I'm not a sicko. We are here because I am a sicko. Campbell.
It's a you special.
Fighting Campbell's nice. I'm seeing +14.5 on DK -125 instead, and I also have 12.5 -114. So let's get the 14.5 for the extra 11 cents. Get 2 full points. That's crazy. DraftKings pricing probably a little bit more amenable to taking the dogs, which might be an entire case study coming. But Max, I am in on 14.5 -125. And if you're wondering why I'm talking to Max, it's because Maximilian is out here handling the awesome BetCast score sheet that will be updated when we hit, around an hour when these games are all finished. This will all update. We'll update the record. Average juice, if you want to run the math, it's probably going to come out to like -115, -117. So have to win a little bit at a higher rate. But we've been doing that. We have been doing that. Even Musa over here, his percentage is actually better than mine. 14-7 will trump 35.
It doesn't look as nice, but yes.
It doesn't look as nice, but if you continue to repeat yours, you will win more money. So in terms of ROI, you got me right now, buddy. You just have more pressure on every pick. How much does it cost? So standard membership is currently at $80 a month, $20 a week, and that gives you standalone games on live. The live data is a premium package, and that, again, we have a lot of different options on that. So it depends on how you're using it and what you want access to. You can just email hello@shotquality.com, and they will get you the attention and hopefully get you tuned in, because this stuff wins. And I think it's very worth it, but I'm very biased. So, because I helped build the site. So, but nonetheless, let's keep looking for a few more picks here before we see ourselves out in 10 minutes, Moose. We have a good amount of picks up, 16, a few overlaps, the Stetson, the Towson. I couldn't get in on Stony Brook. I wish I could have. I took Lipscomb's points. You took the under. I actually kind of disagree with how you did that, but that's okay. I love you anyway.
It was quick, all right? It was rapid fire. You said make more bets. And I did.
I didn't hate it. I just, what I saw there, though, we can go look at it, is really that, the value here, the points are all on one side. So, yes, should Eastern Kentucky slow up? Sure. But that's probably just more correlated to the value being on Lipscomb. So that's my disagreement. Not that it was bad. Obviously, this game as a whole is supposed to be a lot lower scoring. But because it's so one-sided, I would much rather fade that one side. We'll see. Maybe you win. I don't know if that necessarily means you're right in this game of college basketball, but we will see. All right, let's scroll through one more time. We have a good amount of bets. I'm not sure if we're going to see anything else that we like. IUPUI struggling, maybe some garbage time coming from my guys trying to get that one home.
Your guys, yeah, you might as well get a T-shirt if they cover.
Hey, I will. But they're not covering. They're going to cover the live line. Penn State, Michigan State's going to be a fight at the end here too. I would say you could still get in here, but I think it just might get a little late. Data does support them, so I would still the data. So we usually stop when you get into like that last 10 minutes, right, Moose? You've kind of felt that out.
Yeah, without a doubt. To me, like the 9 minute, no, not even, honestly. Like I would say actually 9. I would be lying. I took Vermont the other day plus 3.5, but it has to be something glaring, like a close game where I'm not really like trailing like an 8.5 line or whatever you may be, a couple possessions. Like it was a close, tight game. Vermont was playing with whoever the round.
Is this Cleveland State? Are we do you want to trust Cleveland State late here and get in on them on CSU? They're supposed to be winning. They're down 14. There's about 12 minutes left. I think this qualifies. No.
I think it does for you. It does because you dominate these, and there's a reason your record is 35.
I don't like how you're saying that, Alec.
I know, but I get nervous with these, and you know it. And now I'm looking at that under in the Penn State game, and now you have me second guessing it because what is it? Michigan State has 20 more points than expected. Wouldn't you assume that if they slow down, then the under would also play in that favor? So I think I'm going to take Penn State, Michigan State live under here. I just got to find it at this point. As I scroll through my phone.
Live under. Again, this is the same thing. So now we have a little bit of a competing hypothesis, Moose. If I don't win my Penn State game, my Penn State bet and my Lipscomb bet, and you win your unders, I'm going to have to get up here next week and eat some crow. And now this is a really great segue because next week we will be here for Wednesday and Thursday, okay? We will not be here for Tuesday, okay? Maybe Moose will be posting some stuff in the Discord to make sure that everybody gets their fix, but we will be here for Wednesday and Thursday next week. And then unless we say something, we will always be 7:45. We do sometimes optimize to make sure that we are on the best slate. There's like a late slate that's a lot more fun than like a small 7 p.m. slate. We push the show back an hour. If a day is just a dud, sometimes we'll move it. But the idea is Tuesday, Thursday. Next week is Wednesday, Thursday. We'll make sure you know all about it. Again, this is Shot Quality Bets, your home for halftime. The live betting data that you can't live without, whatever you want to call it. We are looking at that Colorado State game. It's getting kind of unsightly. Go back to them. Cleveland State. But yeah, it's getting a little – I'm going to do it. What do we lock in? What are we locking in?
I don't know if I did that right, but that was for my Michigan State play.
Okay. We locked it in. So Michigan State, let's go. I love it. I love it. We have – wait, no, that's – careful. We're going to be on Cleveland State, Max, but make sure you get Alec's Michigan State bet.
He did. It's just he went Penn State. He's being a little bit more
Okay. That's my bad. We'll
recap. Yeah, make sure you get that right. I'm looking at Monmouth. We got it over 108.5, 110. It's at 104.5. So, I mean, there's still life there. Temple, 138.5 live on the over. So, I'm liking that. Stony Brook, Northeastern. There is no live currently on the score that I'm looking at because it's.
I got to get my pick in, though. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I got Cleveland State right now. I'm looking at plus 17.5. Let me make sure it's the best line. I can't even spell Cleveland State to search. 17.5 max plus 17.5 minus 125. Let's go ahead and lock it in. I love it. I'll hit the graphic this time. Live bet locked in. All right. So a nice 11 game day for me. Moose sitting here at 7. We'll take one final sweep with you guys here before we wrap up the show. I really wanted to say thank you to everybody out there who's watching, enjoying, checking this out, maybe, giving it a taste to see if it is actually legitimate, how we're going to do tonight. I mean, we really haven't had much of a bad episode yet. There hasn't been a net losing episode between Musa and I. So the minute I say that, it's probably right around the corner.
No.
How it works. I know I've been here for a long time doing this in college basketball. But the bottom line is that it has been largely successful. We will continue doing it. You're definitely not getting rid of us for the rest of the year, which I do. March Madness live BetCast. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to pay attention.
That's going to be the hardest thing in the history of playing.
I'm going to be screaming. FDU takes the lead. Oh my God. Mom. We need a scoreboard, dude. We need to somehow invent
the thing on the bottom, like the score ticker.
Dude, I need like a ticker. I got it. I'm going to figure it out. Maybe we get like a special feed or something, and I have the shot quality team work on it for us. But I don't know the scores. I'm just sitting here giving out the bets. I go and we get off the show. I have to go catch up with how, the couple $100 that I just put down are doing. So it's a fun one. It's a fun one.
Kentucky, I believe, also took the lead.
Hey, let's go.
Which I was close to getting on like 4 or 5 separate times, which now I'm annoyed, but I'm happy for you.
You could probably still bet Northern Kentucky there.
Actually, I think I am, because this is what I'm talking about, the Vermont game. Now they're projected to be up, or based off shots taken, of course, 12 points. That's a lot of points. It's a tie game. They close as a 1-point favorite. I can get them at -1.5 even. Max, I'm jumping on it. The Norse -1.5. I just think the value's there. Now I got to find it.
Late action. It is 8:27. This is the latest in the show a bet has ever been placed. Fuck. I'm about to spew some language that we'll have to bleep out. But no, it has been another great show. I'm just going to take one more little stroll. Maybe you like Northeastern. Maybe you could maybe get in there. But that game, there's only like 80 points. So that gap might be tough to make up. Towson Monmouth, wow, barn burner.
Jeez. I got Northern Kentucky
to pull away.
Yes, Max, that is correct. That is what I got it at, which is nice. +100. I have 2 +100 plays out there. Northern Kentucky -1.5 +100. They close as basically a pick 'em against Youngstown State. So I'm still getting like the original line. The only thing that could screw me is if they win by 1. Then it's like, I guess the people that got the closing line win and I don't. But ShotQuality expects them to be a big. And they have good players. Marquise Warwick's like 33 years old. He's been there since like.
What did I say? What did we say about Green Bay, Detroit, though? Right? Like they're still sitting here. It's the defense. The defense just allows teams to overperform, is what you're seeing. Like they're just abysmal. And so, shot quality is never going to sit there and say, yeah, you should have shot 55% from the floor tonight. But Detroit's going to let you. And you got to be careful of those teams, man. You got to be careful.
Big on the mental game, too. I feel like when you face a team that is struggling really bad, it's like, I'm going to go out there and drop 50. And, like, you have that mentality. We've all played sports. You have that mentality of, like, when you go onto the court or the field or whatever, and you're like, I'm going to dominate, you're already in a position to succeed. Whether if you're playing, like, Wisconsin on the road, you're like, man, it's going to be tough shooting over these, or Purdue shoot over these 7'2" centers. And guess what? You kind of already set yourself up for failure.
Yeah. Now,
we can't calculate that, though.
You can. Well, maybe one day. We'll put our team on it. Now, Georgia State, Southern Miss, if you want to get in on a play already, I might go post Georgia State in the Discord after I wait a minute or two, let this one kind of get a little bit more where it's going. Might want to watch for Texas State leading the shot quality score early. Maybe an over for Cal Baptist and Utah Valley, but I actually wrote about this play today. Very defensive teams per shot quality, so wouldn't be shocked to see that one stay slow. Wait for your moment. But it is 8:30. I want to thank everybody out there who hung out with us tonight. I know it's a 45-minute show. It is a lot of fun. It's a lot of bets. We will always be as transparent as possible. The sheet is still up. It will always be up. We will post it on Discord. We will post it on Twitter. You'll probably see me retweet it. You can definitely make sure that we're out here doing our best with this data, trying something new. So we will be back next Wednesday, 7:45 p.m. and next Thursday, 7:45 p.m. Justin Perry. That's Alec Musa. He's my guy. If you aren't following him on TikTok, he runs the Shot Quality Bets TikTok, guys.
And I'll be in the Discord until the last minute of these games. Every day we do the Shot Quality Bets cast, so I'll be in there until the end of today, which is we have a 9 o'clock St. Mary, San Diego game, but I'm on the West Coast. Easy money. I play more picks than that.
Maybe. Musa, a lot more picks tonight. He's putting his record on the line. I just love it. So thank you so much for hanging out with us again. See you next time. ShotQuality Live. BetCast. Thanks.